Sunday morning. Oh, sorry. Try that again. Sunday morning. 10 to 11 as well. Day's going, day gets away from you, doesn't it, really? I've been working. I didn't get home last night until 2 a.m. Finished work about 1:30. It was my first night on the new one. It was the Drunken Duck in the patch, which is, it was good fun actually. It's good fun. Different crowd, completely different crowd to what I'm used to. Much more of an older crowd, let's say, because the patch is normally known for its being for its older clientele. However, there's news on the patch. For those of you who know where the patch is in Las Americas, at the top of the patch there's a nightclub up there that's now become, apparently it's like the new metropolis. It is the place to be for all the Spanish and Canarians. It's the party place to be for them. So they are absolutely ramming the place. At like 10 to 1 last night, the streets were full of kids. I mean, take a look at this. I managed to get a little bit of footage of it. See how busy it is. It's absolutely crazy. Bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen a gathering of kids that much since it was like a major concert or something like that. So that was a bit different. Still getting over the cold. On cue, excuse me. So what are we doing on Sunday morning in Tenerife? Well, it's the normal stuff really. It's, believe it or not, we call Sunday morning or weekend these days petrol day. Because what happens is, obviously, petrol shortages or petrol cost prices across the whole of Europe have gone up through the roofs. Well, in Tenerife it's no different, but what they've done is the Spanish government have decided to subsidise it by 20 cents. So 20 cents comes off the bill the moment directly you fill your tank up and go to pay, 20 cents a litre comes off straight away. However, on the weekend, certain petrol stations have took that into their own hands and will give you another 20 cents off, which means in essence 40 cents a litre will come off. So it makes sense to go and fill your car up. Even though I've got 212 kilometres left on the tank, it makes sense to go and fill it on a weekend, because you can save a fortune on filling your tank. And it works out, we'll have a look and see what it is. It's normally around about 1.10 a litre in euros, about £1 a litre for you guys. I know, I'm sorry about that, by the way. I'm not rubbing it in, because I know your costs are just absolutely phenomenal. So what happened last night? Right, do us a favour. You know now that I work as a bar, you know I'm a compere, etc. If you're doing karaoke, don't be called Steve. I got into trouble last night because of Steve's. So if you're called Steve doing karaoke, you're on my hit list. I was busy last night. The bar was lovely. Drunken Duck's are an absolutely fantastic bar. I met Sue, the owner. She's been there 40 years. She's had that bar. She's running it, her and Terry. They pretty much took a back seat for it, and it's the son Chris that runs it as well now. And Chris is the one that's seen me work before, and he's seen me work in Dylan's bar, and he was looking for cover for a night off for his normal compere Mark, who's been doing it for like 13, 15 years. I don't know, but it seems like a tight-knit family, and they've got a well-run ship really going on down there. And I walk in at 8:30 and I'm looking at the place and going, yeah, this is really nice. It's got a really nice feel to it, which is good. So we're up and running. I've learned the system. It's not the most advanced system in the world. It's quite straightforward, but I've learned this system. Never used it before, but we're getting there. We're muddling around. Little few issues with the sound. Doing my stuff, and everyone seems quite happy to go along with it. It gets later after the act, because we had Sebastian on, who's lived over here for years. Great singer, Motown soul singer, cool as. He does his bit, and then they do have this game of sticky that's like synonymous in Tenerife. And then we're back on with the karaoke finishing off, and I've got a book full of names. So the first name I shout out, he's like, Steve, come to the thing. Steve, come to the thing. Steve singing Valerie or whatever it is, I don't know. So 2 Steves come to the stage. He said, which Steve is it? I went, no, it's a Steve Valerie. I says, oh, it's not me then. So this guy walks away, which is no problem at all. Valerie gets sung, then there's another singer, and then there's another Steve again. Steve! And Steve, with the writing that I can't even read what the writing is, what they've wrote down. So I went, Steve! So he comes back to the stage. I said, what's the song? I can't read it. He went, oh, it's Painted Black. I went, right, okay, Painted Black. So by, is that the Rolling Stones? So Painted Black by the Rolling Stones. I went, right, okay. So I put that in, start the song. Next thing you know, this audience member, jumps out comes out the audience at me, starts giving me a right load of grief. That bloke came in after me, he's just put his name down, you've jumped his queue, I'm not having it, this and that. And he's taking it really, really seriously. I'm like, calm down, mate. I said, he's not come to the queue. He was here 2 minutes ago because he thought it was his song, and it wasn't his song. So I've sent him, oh, whatever, and he wouldn't listen. You know, when you're drunk, you just don't listen. You don't listen. I'm sober on water, and they're drunk, and they are not listening at all. I'm like, yeah, this is not going right, this. So I had to back down. I could have been quite confrontational, but I had to back down in the end. I went, yeah, it's not happening, so I'll just calm it down. So I let him, obviously he's finishing his song. I'm not going to interrupt him on his song, so he finishes his song. He gets down. Then the next thing you know, calm down, mate. Then the next thing you know is that there's another song. Funnily enough, after that, it's his song, that guy's song. After that, Steve again. Steve! With Painted Black. I'm like, oh, I've pulled the wrong Steve up again. So if your name's Steve, give me a second, so I'm just going to get some fuel. Don't put your name down for karaoke. Hola, buenas. Completo por favor 25. Gracias. Right, I've got to go and pay. 2 secs. Back in a minute. €38 to fill the tank. To now go from 220 kilometres to 680 with a full tank. It's not bad. Sorry about that. I know it sounds awful. It sounds like we're rubbing it in, but we're not. We're just that's one of the fortunate things. One of the things you have to realise maybe in Tenerife is that we don't earn as much as the UK earns when it comes to wage. So it is all actually reflective and based. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine who's just moved over, who's just bought a place over here. So we're talking about that, saying like you can't really comprehend because everything's so cheap. If you're still earning in the UK, your wage in the UK, but you're living in Tenerife, then yeah, it will be. I've just got to do my chores for the weekend that I normally tend to do. Obviously, I get paid cash in hand, so I've got to go to the bank and then put all the money's back into the bank. I do it on a Sunday because I'm classed as what's called autonomo. 2 seconds. Let me just see if I can bring you with you. 2 seconds. Sorry about this. There we go. I've got you on a sticky thing today. I've not even got you on a holder today, so sorry about that. Because I'm autonomo, which means I'm self-employed, I get paid cash in hand. A lot of the bars just pay you cash in hand on the night. So I just save it all up at the end of the weekend and then drop it into the bank on a Sunday, because that way I've got a trail of it when it comes to the fact that maybe a time that I will need to buy a house or want to buy a house, and then I've got a trail when the bank asks about source of income and what sort of income we have. That's really quite an important thing for me, is to make sure that I can get that sorted. So let me just see if I can work this bank machine here, see what's going on. 2 seconds. Do not slip, phone. If I break you, oh, you're slipping, mate. I'll see you back in the car because you're slipping. So that's that done. Now I'm going to see if we can go and try and clean the car. Not the best days today. Weather's not great, fantastic at all today. I think we'll go and get the car cleaned. We'll see if we can anyway. Normally tend to clean the car and it normally tends to rain the following day. It's like, yeah, champion, that's me. Really need to get a stand for you guys. Yeah, so I've been left a little bit traumatised with the Steve saga, to be honest with you. It's but the thing about it, right, it was the aggression of a karaoke singer. I'm like, what is going on? I've never, you know, at the end of the day, it's just singing. Everybody gets a chance. 2 secs, I'm all over the place here. Everybody gets a chance. And it was like the aggression of it. And he was a guy, he had a smart shirt on, pair of pants, a little bit older than me most probably. But, you know, just a normal bloke, I thought. I remember speaking to his wife beforehand. She was all right, she was lovely. It's amazing what drink can do. See if we can get you back in the right position. 2 seconds ago. Sorry guys, this is the first time in the car. I thought I'd give it a go. But I think that's the reason why I enjoy it as well, the scruffy look here. 2 secs. There for me. Work it out into that position. We're fighting. We're doing it. No, not yet. That's all right, if it stays there. Anyway, if you stay there. Please don't drop, please don't fall. I need my phone. So we're gonna go see if we get the car cleaned. Honestly, it was, when you see people that passionately aggressive about singing a karaoke song. To be honest with you, I do karaoke, but I don't actually get up and sing on karaoke. I host a karaoke nights, but I don't actually get up on karaoke myself normally. I've never done that in the past. So I've never really felt the need or understood the karaoke community, let's say, because it is the karaoke community most probably, that's what it is. Some people love it. And you get people saying, oh, can you do this song and just drop it down 2 keys for me? If you're a karaoke lover, you'll know exactly what I mean from that. It was a bit of a strange one, let's say that way. But on the whole, the night was a great night. It was my first night at the Drunken Duck. I met Sue. She's been there for 40 years. She's had the bar for 40 years. And it was her son that runs it, Chris. And seems a really nice lad. And got a message this morning when I woke up at 10, because I didn't get to bed till 3. I got a message this morning at 10 o'clock just saying how fantastic it was, how much he enjoyed it. Thank you so much. They think they found the man to do the cover. Because I said it's a bit of a family thing that they've got going there. And it's a bit of the Drunken Duck's a bit of a tradition, which is normally what happens as well. When you get a tradition going, you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to change a formula that wins, you know. So trying to fit in with their formula as well as trying to do my own stuff that I do as well that makes me me. And it seems to have gone down all right. And I actually really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Got home within 25 minutes, so it's not too bad. Still on the scooter, freezing on the scooter, by the way. And I can't. Just to give you a bit of an idea, I mean, we have a bit of a laugh about the weather and stuff like that here in Tenerife. But when I got to my bike at 20 to 2 in the morning, I've purposely put a tea towel in because the seat was that thick in water of like morning dew, the only way to explain it really. And it needs cleaning because it's soaking wet otherwise. So the temperature does drop tremendously. And that's something that you just have to get used to at night time. I think it's only going to get worse before it gets better, unfortunately. But on the flip side, I do live in Tenerife, so I may as well put up with it, you know what I mean? So, right, anyway, I'm off to clean the car. Just wanted to give you a bit of a heads up about how the Drunken Duck went, as we mentioned it earlier. The subscription for this channel is going through the roof. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculously comforting. Thank you very much. It's ridiculous in a fantastic way. It means it's brilliant. I love watching it. I love, more than anything else, all your comments. People are taking the time out to actually write comments, not just like, nice one, Rick. It's actually full stories, which are just brilliant to read, and it's really nice. So please keep them coming in. I try and answer every single one. It only seems like last week I was shouting to see if we can get to 1,000 subs. We're nearly at 1,100 now. So listen, when you know, you know, you know. All right, enjoy your Sunday. I'm off to clean this beast, and I'll see you in the next one. You know what to do. Cheers, guys.